Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to tell you about my experience in Spain. I just got back. I wanted to make a video about it because I just thought that Spain was, it was mind-blowing. Since then I have just been like sitting back and like remembering all the cool stuff we did, and it's just, I don't know, it's so wonderful. Today we're going to talk about Barcelona. We flew into Barcelona, and when we were planning this trip, we decided that we were going to try to see as much of the country as possible. So we went Barcelona to Madrid, Madrid to Granada, Granada to Sevilla, Sevilla all the way back to Barcelona, and then back home. We were able to do it, but I'm going to tell you right now that doing trips like that is like hard work. Like, it was hard preparing. It was hard being there. It was hard doing, transportation and doing all of that, like getting on and off trains, and it was just a wild ride. I don't know about you guys, but when it seems like whenever I go on trips, like something wacky happens or just weird things happen. So, I mean, I guess I was expecting it to go smooth. It didn't go that smooth, but it was really fun. We had a great time. My husband had everything planned out like perfectly. We worked together, like planning hotels and all that stuff, and then he really did a good job with researching the metro system and the high-speed train and how to navigate that, and it just worked out so good. So yeah, I made two lists. I made a pros and a cons list for Barcelona, and I am gonna warn you, there are a few things on it that are a little negative. I mean, for real. I'm trying to give you guys a like like a well-rounded opinion about, somewhere I visited. I mean, granted, I didn't stay a really long time. So anyway, these eyelashes, oh my God. They look like doll eyelashes. And that's okay for me usually because I love ridiculous lashes. I just do. Anyway, so I'm going to start with the things that I really loved about Barcelona first. So I loved that Barcelona is beautiful. It is beautiful. All of the historic buildings are just gorgeous, like breathtakingly so. I never really thought that ever in my lifetime I would ever see like a real Gothic cathedral. And man, I gotta see some. And I was like, this is like so inspiring. Like, seeing stuff like that, it does something inside of my soul. It like turns the key a little bit, and then I like explode with life, and I don't know. This is just crazy. Like, travel does that to me. So to say that I'm inspired by all of these things that I saw, yeah, I am. And that's exactly what I wanted to do by going there. My husband and I are deciding to find a different place to live, maybe not in this area. So we're kind of trying to travel places to figure out, is this our spot? Is this our spot? We don't know yet. So Spain, could it be my spot? I'll let you know later. So yeah, number one, beautiful city. The cathedrals are gorgeous. All of the historic sites are gorgeous. One problem to that is that there is a lot of graffiti. I personally like street art, it's all considered graffiti. But I like street art. I like murals. And I think a lot of people really do love that. But this was a lot of tagging. So, parts of the old city, the buildings were tagged. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is awful. Like, why would anybody tag some historic buildings like that? I don't know. It happens all the time, so I'm not here to tell you why, but I just thought, man, that's a bummer. So yeah, we saw the historic sites. Barcelona has a big city vibe. If you love a big city vibe, you will love Barcelona. I like a big city vibe to a certain extent. I used to crave going to like big cities for all of like the energy, so many people, so many things going on. But as I get older, I don't want to be around that much energy. I just don't. But I still do kind of love a big city. Just do. Barcelona is easy to navigate. So, I said just a minute ago that my husband, he like figured out all the routes and all the stuff that we needed to do. And I'm so grateful that he was able to do that. Some people's spouses would be like, I can't do that. He just did it. No questions asked. He figured it out and he got us where we needed to be. But I think if anyone, and he knew very little Spanish. But I think anyone could go to like a metro station in a big city and figure it out. It made it way easy to navigate, popping on, just like the subway in New York, pop on, pop off. I think that it's just necessary in huge cities. Historic sites. We got to see the Picasso Museum. We got to see, what was the other thing we saw? Oh, the Barcelona Cathedral. I'll start with the Picasso Museum. It was awesome. It was so, so cool. I used it's called Get Your Guide. So it's like an app for booking tickets to all of these things especially the like really popular sites. I used that app to get those tickets so I didn't have to wait in line. I got our tickets through the Get Your Guide app, and man, if you're planning to go anywhere out of the country or, anywhere even that you're not very familiar with, get on Get Your Guide. The prices are not, they're a little inflated, but I feel like it's worth it to be able to like purchase all of the tickets of everything I wanted to see in every city. So before we left, I got on one night and I was like, okay, I'm going to book all the important things that we want to see in each of these cities. So we'll just have it. So every place we went, I just pulled up the app. They scanned our tickets. Done. I don't know. I feel like that was invaluable because like otherwise I would be going to like each separate website and I'd probably have to, dig up my emails and prove to people, it was just so much easier, so streamlined. It was just wonderful. So yeah, we did see the Picasso Museum. We went shopping. We went to the Picasso Museum after a day of like the first day we were there, which meant we were walking from the time we got there until we went back to our hotel. My son said we were averaging around 22,000 steps each day. That is around 8 miles. So if you're planning on going to Europe, be prepared to walk. You're gonna walk and you're not gonna really get much rest in there. At one point I was like, have I had anything to drink? Like, I don't think I've had anything. I mean, like, I think I went a really long time without something to drink. I was just like in awe looking at everything and then forgetting my basic needs. And But it was so fun, so worth it. The Picasso Museum we did see on the tail end of that first day that we were there, and we had already walked about 20,000 steps. I was exhausted. I didn't eat anything, and like I said, I barely drank anything. Um, so I was like really exhausted, and a couple days I was trying to think back on that day, and I'm like, there's some black spots. Like, I don't remember. Some of the days I'm like, oh, I don't remember what we did. But that was probably the lack of water. So anyways, Picasso Museum, awesome. We got to see a bunch of Picassos that I've never even seen ever. It was so cool to see that. I was really looking forward to seeing all of the artworks. That was like highlight for me. I'm a like art history nerd kind of. Like, I learned about like important artworks really young in my life and in college, and um it stuck with me for some reason. Like, names of these paintings and all this stuff, it has stuck with me all these years, and it was so exciting to be able to see some of these super famous artworks. It was just beyond what I could have even imagined. So Picasso Museum, if you love art, I highly recommend it. Then we went to the Barcelona Cathedral. We didn't really plan on that one. That was one we did buy tickets for there. At the time we were there, we just went and bought tickets. There wasn't a line, so no big deals. Like, we just kind of stumbled upon it. And I'm like, we're walking around it, and I'm like looking. And then I was like, oh my God, this is a cathedral. So I was like, let's go in, you guys, let's go in. So we went in, and it's like Gothic style. So like, you have the duality of the holy, and then it's a little creepy. It was just such a beautiful experience. As soon as my son walked in, he said, Mom, how do people not believe in God when there are things like this that exist? And I'm like, man, you're right. Like, so right. Just beyond beautiful. So I don't know much about the Catholic religion. I just don't. So I think if I would have like taken time to research each of these cathedrals before I went, I would get more out of it. I really still feel like I probably will read about each cathedral that we went to, because it was so powerful and so moving. So that first cathedral that we went into, the Barcelona Cathedral, we were just walking around, and some of the priests, and then like a choir, they all kind of came out of nowhere and started like singing these beautiful songs. And it was just like, when you're in a big cathedral like that, it's just so beautiful. Like, I fought off the entire time singing. I wanted to sing in one of these cathedrals so bad. And I kind of did a little bit, but not the way that I would want to do. But anyway, the Barcelona Cathedral, what a plus. What a beautiful place. What a holy space. If you are in Barcelona anytime, or you plan on going, I would highly suggest going to the cathedral. We saw the Gothic Quarter. The Gothic Quarter was really super cool. All of the buildings are in the Gothic style, but most of these buildings on the ground floor have businesses in them. So there's bakeries, bars, shops, all kinds of stuff. My son was really into the shopping. He loves clothes. He loved the Gothic Quarter. We got to stop in many places, get coffee, an Americano or coffee con leche. Yeah, it was really So here's my cons list, and I'm going to try to say this in the most positive way because I don't like to, I don't know. I don't like to put that like negativity out there. Just because I had a little experience doesn't mean that it's all bad. You know what I mean? Like, I realize as I get older that, you know, give people a break. Some of the cons for me was big city vibe. I said that was a pro and a con. Um, it's a con for me because I don't know. It's just like it's cold. A big city vibe is cold, and I don't like that. I like to be around people that are warm and gracious and kind, and it just wasn't there, at least on that night. Um, People have big city attitudes, It's just the way it is. So I'm going to say this. People were kind of rude in Barcelona. And I think it's because of it's a big city. People just don't care, I mean, I'm not expecting anybody to kiss my butt, but I expect basic manners. And no one really had basic manners that I came in contact with. So I was like, man, it kind of like I could see if I lived there a long time, it would start to change me or try to change me. I'm a very mannerly person. I believe in manners. I believe in having common courtesy for your fellow humans. So that's like really foreign to me. Like the coldness and people being rude. So yeah, that was a con for me. It's not very like wheelchair friendly. It's just not. At least the places I was at, it was not wheelchair friendly. Like I'm thinking, and the reason I paid attention to that is because my dad is elderly and he's in a wheelchair. So I'm like, there's no way he could live in this country. Like, there's a toilet situation in Spain that I'm like, I hate this a lot. Um, First of all, I went into a bathroom in a cafe and I was like just bewildered because there was no toilet seat. I was like, is this a bidet? Is this what they talk about, the bidets in Europe? It wasn't a bidet. It was a toilet with no toilet seat. So I brushed that off, forgot about it, went into another bathroom later, and I'm like, what is happening? What is happening here? The toilet seat was up in the ladies' restroom. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I was just like, what's happening? And then I went into another bathroom and the seat up thing happened again. And I'm like, this is a culture thing. I knew it was a culture thing. So I looked it up. I didn't have the balls to ask anyone, but I looked it up on Google and it says that they use it with no seat. And if there is a seat, they put it up because of the patriarchy. It's a patriarchy thing. And I'm like, oh, no, sir. No, sir. I will not be putting up the toilet seat. Thank you. Good night. And then there's the whole stinky toilet thing in Spain. In every place that we stayed at, the toilet always smelled like sewage. Like, not just the toilet, but the whole apartment smells like sewage. Like nasty sewage. And I'm like, oh my God. We did not stay in nasty places. We stayed in nice places. And it still smelled like sewage. I was completely like, that's a deal breaker for me. I don't want to go somewhere where it just smells like sewage like that. And it shouldn't keep people up at night like me. Like at one night I was like, I just was awake all night long because I just couldn't escape the stink toilet smell. Get some taking used to, probably. But anyway, I think that's it for my cons. Yeah. I'm putting together all of my videos. I took videos from the time we left to the time we came back. So I'm going to be putting that up on YouTube probably here soon, as soon as I get it edited. It was just really magical. So, I hope you guys watch that and let me know what you think in the comments. Stop by and say hi. I've missed you guys. Yeah. And have a great day. I'll see you.